What's up? You ready to watch me cook some chicken? Here-ish. I like that name, that's a cool name. Can you hear me? Should probably wipe this down. How's your day going, Hirish? Or night, I guess. Wait, it's like morning, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Why so quiet, Hirish? What's up, Mojo? Oh, okay. Welcome back. So, I bought more chicken today. Yeah. But the customer service people, they discovered it. I mean, no, the cashier, and they're like, oh, they discovered it, so they might buy it before me now. So that's always a pain. Oh no, I forgot to get seasoning, but I will tomorrow. I had to buy a bunch of stuff and I got like sidetracked. I usually remember stuff when I don't have a lot of stuff to buy. But yeah, I'm in the process of closing on this property, and I have like a bunch of stuff on my mind, so it slipped my mind. Like I have to wire money to these people, and I have to do all this paperwork that they didn't make very easy for me to do, so I'm like stressing about a bunch of stuff. Plus I have somebody coming to replace the windows in my apartment next week, so I got way too much stuff going on that I don't even really want to have to deal with, but I have to. That's life, right? Yeah. Especially considering, like, I mean, I rented this place. They should have that all taken care of before I moved in here. Like, I have to work to make money, and when they have to replace windows, like, it takes, money out of my pocket. People are so selfish, Yeah. My property manager is like, she is so irresponsible. She doesn't give a damn about anything. But I got a good price on the place, so I'll tough it out. So what's new with you? It's the weekend. You don't have anything special going on for the weekend? Yeah. Well, my schedule for sleep is gonna be all screwed up when this guy comes to replace the windows. Because I usually wake up at like 3 p.m. or around that. So he's coming early, so it's gonna take me a while to get back to how I am now. But I might just yeah, I know it's hard to sleep when you're not tired, right? I know the feeling. I didn't get any sleep before my last fight in Thailand. I was just sitting there, had on binaural beats. I was just sitting there meditating. Wow, since 9 p.m.? That's a long time. Like 7 hours just sitting on your bed? Oh, wait, no, like 4 hours, right? What about your husband? Is your husband at work or something? Wow. Yeah, I've been there. You guys sleep on the same bed? That actually might be the problem. Like if I'm on like a normal sized bed with my wife, I can never sleep. I have to have like a really big bed. So you're on your phone and he's like sitting in the bed next to you? Well, good thing it's a weekend, right? You probably don't have to work tomorrow. True. Just waiting. Oh, yeah, the chicken I bought. Yeah, I know that song. I've heard it. It's from my time. Or our time. But yeah, the chicken I bought, it usually has 4 pieces in the package, and has 3 really big pieces this time. And there's somebody else in here too, but they only said one thing and they haven't said anything since. I'm almost 40. I'll be 40 this year. How about you? Oh, lucky you. Those were good times. I miss my 20s. I would definitely be 20 again if I could. Or 28. Or 27. I'm gonna pour out some of this water. No, that's good. I wish I was more of a homebody when I was in my late 20s. I probably would have done a little bit more with my life. Instead of waiting until I get almost 40 before I start doing stuff. I was kind of stuck in a situation where I didn't really do anything. Whoa. Whoa, we got a spammer. Sorry about that, Mojo. You can't see that, can you? Okay, good. Well, I traveled a lot, I guess, in my 20s. And I still travel, but I had more money also. I should have bought something, but I wasn't aware. I was only looking at houses, I wasn't looking at land. And where I was living, houses, you had to literally be like a multi-millionaire to afford any kind of property there. But I didn't realize like smaller parts of the country, you know, you can buy stuff for significantly less money. Do you want to see the chicken? Of course. Just thawing out. Let it sit for a minute or two more and then I'll get it ready for cooking. But yeah, so if you have the money, I suggest buying something. Not just leaving your money in the bank because, you know, inflation and why? What's wrong with the foamy stuff? Actually, I'm just gonna pour out the water. I think it's about thawed. Is the foamy stuff what makes it pop and stuff? The chicken broth? I was actually thinking where I live, there's a lot of snakes. I mean, where I'm buying property, there's a lot of snakes, and I was thinking, like, I was researching how to cook snake because I hear it's really good. Groundhog? Yeah. That's like a rodent, isn't it? Well, I guess rabbits are rodents, and rabbits actually taste pretty good. Have you ever had rabbit? My ex's mom is from Thailand, and she used to, I don't know if it was legal, but she used to farm, or she probably still does, squirrels, and she would eat squirrels. Yeah, me neither. That family was pretty odd, though. I don't think I'll ever eat squirrel. There was like a movie from my time that used to make fun of this guy who was a character in a movie. He was like a mountain man or whatever, and he would live off squirrel. Pretty crazy. But yeah, snake is pretty interesting how to prepare it. Copperheads and like cottonmouths or water moccasins. You can usually, they're not poisonous enough. Like you can just cook them, and the poison is protein based. So if you cook it well enough, then it will kill. It will. I don't know exactly what it does, but I think it burns the poison to a point where it's not poisonous anymore. What into a soup? The snake? Or the chicken broth? I mean, I'm sure you could. It depends on the snake, though. If you want to eat a rattlesnake, you have to chop off its head, because the poison in the rattlesnake it's too strong to be cooked out of it. You have to like at least like a couple inches after the head, maybe more. If I was cooking rattlesnake, I would probably chop off like a foot past the head, because I'm not playing with that. I don't want to poison myself. But rattlesnake is supposed to be pretty good, actually. It's pretty, like, some rattlesnakes are pretty muscular. So it's like a big chunk of, I don't know if you ever had frog legs. They say it tastes like frog legs. It's like a big, chunky, meaty dog leg. But yeah, the the meat is actually supposed to be really good for you. It's very like, low fat. It's white. It's white meat. It's like very fine white meat. It's healthier than chicken. Like chicken is very it's pretty fine, but imagine something even better than that. It's like a mix between fish and chicken, I guess. Oh yeah, I was also learning about polyculture. You ever heard of polyculture? You ever heard that word before? Yeah, basically, it's a way to, it's like creating your own um, ecosystem, like so that you'll have like an ecosystem for food, for basically meat. So the idea is to get like in your backyard, basically in a pond, and the idea is to get like fish. You can use tilapia. You can use bluegill. You can use catfish. I mean, I think it's probably better to use bluegill. Because catfish, they'll eat anything. So, but you can. Let's say you want to build a polyculture in your backyard with a pond. You would get bluegill and you would get ducks. And the ducks will... Yeah, I've been to a fish hatchery. It's similar to a fish hatchery, but it's actually an ancient fish hatchery that was developed in either China or Japan or both. And I think it was China, actually. Like all it was a system for having like for producing food that they used like thousands of years ago. And the emperor at the time actually banned it because he wanted the common people to be reliant on him for food. And it kind of evolved that way. It was a way that the independent communities fed themselves when the emperor was allowing them to do it. Because you know how people in power, they're always, they're not always too supportive of people being independent. But basically the ducks kick up, you know how ducks are always walking around on dirt or whatever, and they have like dirt on their feet or whatever. They bring in microorganisms that the fish feed off of, and they also are kicking around the water, which produces oxygen, and also the organisms that that are in the bacteria on their feet produce I think it's nitrogen or carbon or both, and no, I think the feces from the duck produces carbon, and the nitrogen is from the bacteria. Well, anyways, you have all these animals that are basically feeding each other. The small fish feed off of algae and zooplankton, and the algae feeds off of the bacteria and stuff that comes from the duck's feet, and the ducks feed off insects and eat small fish, and yeah, everybody basically feeds each other. And when you have everything working out, all you really need to do is fill up the pond and make sure it doesn't run out of water. And it's basically self-sufficient. And you have eggs from the ducks, you have meat from the ducks, you have meat from the fish. So it's basically this giant machine for creating protein, so that you'd never have to go to the store and blow a fortune on food. But yeah, I was thinking about creating something like that once I finally close on this property. Once I finally get everything taken care of. Yeah. And the property is basically unrestricted. Yeah, homesteading. The property I already own is basically in a desert, so I have limited water, so it's more, I don't know, I might sell it. I don't know, I might raise goats and grow peppers on it, I don't know yet. So I definitely have a lot more options with the new property. Yeah, I know the way that everything's looking, prices for just basic necessities are going to be sky high in the next 10 years. Might not really have any other choice. And inflation is getting ridiculous. Yeah, there's so many different types of polyculture systems that you can put together. I mean, that's how people lived like for thousands of years, before everything was so sophisticated like it is now. Where you could just go to the store and buy everything you needed. Yeah. Well, somebody else was in here, but they just left. It was raining a lot outside. I think it's still raining. I doubt anybody had a good night if they went out tonight. Oh, it was super windy today. I thought there was going to be a hurricane. I mean, not a hurricane, but a tornado or something. I woke up a couple hours early because of the wind, and I couldn't go back to sleep because it was just violently slamming my windows and being so loud. Yep. I guess we're kind of in the same area, you know? The weather's probably pretty similar. No, I'm more north. Towards New York, I guess. But like a little south of New York. But it's still pretty windy. There's like a big pocket of, you know, the east. And then from New York to like Kentucky, like that's usually about everybody experiences similar weather. But yeah, the property I'm getting, I should be able to put a tiny house on it. I might do that. No, I wasn't raised in New York, but I lived in New York for a while. I got out of there before it got too crazy. But boy, is it different over there. It's not like anywhere. I don't know, have you ever lived in New York? It's definitely not like the rest of the US. Yeah, New York is not a nice city. It's very dirty, and I mean it's nice in some parts, but there's a lot of ugliness to it. But thankfully, it doesn't smell as bad as Bangkok. of the Appalachians. Yeah, I grew up in the South. I remember when I was younger, my mom I used to get taken care of by people from my mom's church. And sometimes we would go out to the Appalachians and go hiking. Be gone like the whole day walking. Like, I can't believe they would do that. They would take, a couple kids out in the wilderness. Now that I look back. Back then I didn't know. I was like, oh, this is cool. I thought this was how things were doing, but I thought it was normal. But now that I'm older, I would never do that. I would never take a couple young kids out to the wilderness like they did with me. It's like one of the most dangerous places to be. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I'm lucky we never ran into any bears. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know what it is with baby boomers. They were always taking us on like the most crazy adventures that were really irresponsible for children. I don't know, they thought everything was safe back then. Like, I would never take my kids out into the wilderness. Like, so many bad things can happen. But the baby boomers, that was fun for them. They never even thought about it. They never thought about danger. And that's probably one of the problems with our country right now, is because it's ran by baby boomers. Yeah, they sure did. I mean, if you were a programmer in the baby boomer era and like are still programming until now, like you're probably like a god with computers. Because they started like with assembly and all this. Like they know computers like the back of their hand. Oh yeah, what does he play games all the time? like most kids from this generation. Yeah, Fortnite. Yeah, that's really popular with this younger generation. You can play it on your computer, you can play it on your phone. I guess it's like Albion too. I got really into CSGO, but I was playing it on Twitch. I guess I was really lucky that nobody got me banned, because there's always people that when they find out you're streaming, go out of their way to try to get you banned, saying stuff they know isn't allowed. That's why I don't show the chat in the window. Yeah, there's a lot of trolls, that's for sure. So are you just on your phone? Are you playing any games or anything? Or reading? I remember last time you were reading. Woo. And we got cooking. Well, I'm glad I can keep you busy. Looks like we got somebody else in here. You know what helps me sleep is the way I breathe. If you breathe in, like for 2 seconds or a couple seconds, like, and then breathe out, and then hold it for like half a second, and then breathe in again, then you should start getting tired. It has a lot to do with your breathing. but it doesn't work all the time, but it has worked for me before. It helps lower your heart rate, you know? I see somebody's in here. Hey, don't be shy. I'm watching the chat, so I'll say hello back if you want to say something. Yeah, meditation is good. I meditate almost every day, like in between work. Otherwise, my head would feel like it's going to explode, basically. Wow, we've already been talking for like almost an hour. Holy cow. Time sure flies when you're having a conversation. I think that polyculture convo was like probably 20 minutes trying to explain that. Yeah, definitely. If you got your own backyard, I mean, as long as you use bluegill and, I mean, I think ducks, I don't think you need like any kind of license to have ducks. Like people have pet ducks, so all you really need is like, well, I guess you got to put some plastic down for the pond and make sure you build it on like the lowest point of your backyard. Like wherever the water is when it rains, that's the best place to have a pond. Have all the fish, duck, and eggs that you'll need. And snake too. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Have your own a house on a bunch of acreage. Yeah, that sounds pretty. Stay away from the, big city. Nothing but stress in the big city. Yeah, you and me both. Dig myself an early grave if I lived in the city. The money isn't worth the heart attack or stroke. What do you live in, like the suburbs? You have an ascending issue again? Yeah. All I see is that you enjoy peace and not being up on everyone. Did you send something after that? The mod's messing with you again? The angels of light. Oh, that's what happened. Yeah, I live in the suburbs right now too. It's not really, I guess, it's like somewhat urban, but not that urban. Like everything is pretty much is still walkable, but you don't have like a bunch of homeless people all over the place. Like the big cities. Okay. Yeah, I haven't even really researched where the closest hospital is around here. It's been about a year since I've had a physical. I have to get a physical whenever I fight in the US, though. But I don't plan on doing that for a while. Oh yeah. That must have been rough. Gotcha. Yeah, imagine if you had to give birth in a car. They actually have two kids, and I was there for both of their births. Luckily, both moms didn't have too much trouble giving birth. This is very stressful, though. And also, it's stressful raising them when they're babies, crying all the time. Are you past that period yet? Oh yeah, you must be tiny, huh? That's a good age. I mean, 5, I guess, yeah, 5 isn't as bad as, like, my neighbors have, I think, like, a toddler, and, oh my god, that kid does not stop crying. My first kid's mom was really small. I don't even know how she had birth so easy. I mean, it wasn't that easy, but she managed to make it through. Yeah, I remember those days. Oh, wow. Sorry to hear that. Oh, man. It's like one of my biggest fears is to get a hernia. They have to put the mesh inside and it makes your stomach look all, not so pretty. I mean, I guess it depends on what kind of hernia you got. But I know this guy who got a hernia right in the middle of his stomach, right here. And yeah, he has like a scar in the middle now. Yeah, having kids wreaks havoc on the body, that's for sure. On a woman's body. Yeah, I don't blame you. But at least you got it out of the way, right? Oh, wow. I think I got pretty lucky with mine. They were both, I mean, I think relatively easy compared to what could go wrong. But yeah, this chicken looks done almost, right? I think it's done. Cook it for like a minute or two more. Just the right amount of crispy. But yeah, that sounds like a really good idea, getting some land with a lot of acreage and a house on it. Are you gonna have like animals and stuff too? There you go. I actually used to work on a ranch. My family has a lot of ranches on my dad's side. Used to raise goats, horses, chickens, pigs, the whole 9 yards. I used to get paid to take care of the goats and the pigs. My uncle is a veterinarian. Oh yeah, sheep also, not just goats. I guess I was a shepherd. Alright, well, I'm gonna. Yeah, actually, I gotta clean this up. I would clean it up and talk to you, but I got a lot of stuff I gotta do right now. But yeah, I appreciate you coming in and talking to me. Hopefully, you're a little bit more tired now. What's up, Parker? I'm actually about to pack it up, but thank you for coming in. Fried chickens are right here, actually. See it? All finished. Alright, I'll see you guys later. No, I'm from the US. But yeah, I'm gonna head out. You missed the party, man. I've already been on here for like almost an hour and a half. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thank you for coming in. Take care. Have a good night.